to call their own home.
Exactly. And that is why the Prime Minister has been promoting housing for every Jamaican.
Our plans are to make that a reality. We don't bulldoze people's homes, we build them.
When the house that she was attempting to construct on lands that were not formally and legally acquired, on lands that were designated for agricultural purposes, and indeed were in use for agriculture, I could see the equity issue.
Thank you, Andrew Holness, for giving me a second chance to own a home legally.
We have the rent-to-own plan and become an owner of the house and step up in life. Because housing is not just a luxury for the few, it's a must for everyone.
NHT will comment.
Hello and welcome to my channel, everyone out there. Jamaicans, kudos to you, Wagwan. Building houses for every Jamaican who couldn't afford to own a home. That's what I quoted, my fellow Jamaicans. It doesn't mean that it has happened that everyone is owning a home now in Jamaica, but it has started and it's been there because the Prime Minister has really tried hard to fulfill his promises by showing Jamaicans that this is gonna be a possibility. As you've heard in that clip, testimonies from some of the beneficiaries who have benefited to this program, social housing program, during JLP regime. That's what we are going to say. How are you doing? Because Auntie Yami, your auntie, got that energy. Because when things are happening, I do have so much energy to talk. I feel so good because I've got evidence. I don't just want to come here and make noise, but I have to do some proper investigations, some proper researches so that I can back up my findings. There is written evidence. There is real evidence. As we saw and will continue to see and witness how Jamaicans are so excited because all this time people have suffered. There are people who have worked all their life, but they couldn't own a home. There are poor people there who couldn't afford. There are vulnerable people, the elderly people, they couldn't afford to own a home. The living standards, I'll show you a clip where I thought, oh no, I did not know that people can live in that condition. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but whenever credit is meant to be given, we have to give credit, because this is evidence that some governments out there, they can also follow suit on what Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness is delivering. parishes, I've seen that people have been enjoying the benefit of social housing program. It cannot happen to everyone on today or tomorrow, but sometimes we need to be patient. This government needs to be supported. This government needs to be brought back to continue what they are doing. But if you make mistake, it means it's gonna start all over again. As I always say, for someone to come under continue, it's not going to be continuation, because that government, they need also to come and sort out their budgets, find ways of getting money, find ways of doing it, and even bring their own ideas. Today, you might be thinking that, oh, Andrew Holness has been there 2 terms, but he hasn't fulfilled all his vision. You are cheating yourself, because Jamaica, I repeat, wasn't built in one day. There were people, our fathers and mothers, our great-great-great-grandmothers, grandmummies, the ancestors, who were the first one to be put there in Jamaica. You know the history, but it doesn't mean that it was built only that time. If it was like that, by now we won't be struggling. But as the days goes on, the years are passing, the world is moving fast. That's why God brought leaders like Andrew Holness to come and answer his people cry. You can see testimonies. I quoted what Shirley Bennett said. She didn't get help for years with her kids. She lived in this poor condition, a place where you cannot look it twice. Tears will come out of your eyes. But one former MP introduced her to this social housing program. She did not say that, okay, because I'm from JLP party. No, I've seen both members of political parties being supported. Let's listen to Shirley Bennett.
I'm Shirley Bennett. This is where I lived for many years. Tried to get some help, but did not. My 2 daughters and I live here. Well, we have a hard time here. Rainfall, get wet and all these things. And I'm glad for my MP, Miss Michelle Charles. She introduced me to the social housing. So I did it and I get through, and I'm grateful and I'm so thankful for it. Only one bed could hold in here, so you see a little chest of drawer that in the mash up now. Because the rain and when rain fall and it's wet and everything just mash up. Challenging. Because when rain fall, if you have to shuffle up on a set pan, you know, sometimes we get wet up and all them things there. So it was really challenging.
Welcome to my new home!
All right, I'm feeling elated.
You can hear what this woman is saying. So excited, like any other person out there who has benefited. Sometimes I get confused But because I'm a bit strong and I know what I'm talking about, there are people who comes and comment, and I really appreciate everyone who doesn't feel it about what the Prime Minister doing to Jamaicans. I can respect how you feel. But sometimes I ask these people, can you bring me evidence? Because my findings are based on evidence, but they don't come back. I understand how they feel, because might be some of the people haven't received this support yet. But it's because sometimes whenever you are in need of something, I know how it feels if you did not get it. But believe me or not, there's always time for everything. You might not get it today, but your kids, your grandchildren might get it one day. It's always time. And also, sometimes I laugh when people come and say, you don't understand. Do you know what the other party is doing? You know, sometimes you don't understand that as content creators, before coming here and talk and even getting evidence, we always do some research. I've done my research. Don't think that I haven't watched the other side, but I believe in delivering. I know today you say to me, Andrew Holness is not going to win. But my instinct tells me he's going to win. It's up to you, Jamaicans, to prove me wrong. Because this is the Prime Minister who is connected to each and every person out there, starting from young, old, you name it. He doesn't care about what type of party you are supporting. This is what we want. This is the Jamaica we want to see. He is recognized out there. That's why we can easily praise him. Because, you know, sometimes when we are doing these researches, we have to check what they are saying. It's not only what you see in Jamaica, because Rome was not built in a day. This is happening. I'm seeing a lot of promises that were promised years ago, but he is delivering. He cannot fulfill without us supporting him. He needs our support. Someone said to me, why are you involved in Jamaican, but you are not even Jamaican? Your accent is not Jamaican. Yeah, people like you are the one who are enemies in progress. That's why you cannot see anything. That's why you cannot even appreciate looking at an African woman in diaspora supporting the progress of your country. There are a lot that is happening in Africa. Whenever it's time, I go there and also talk about what other leaders are doing. Corruption you are talking about is everywhere. We are fighting corruption. I'm here to fight corruption. But it has to be evident. There are a lot of countries out there, people are suffering because of our leaders. But when we see those leaders delivering, we have to give them credit by trying really hard to motivate them, like how Andrew Holness is doing. This is history. One day is going to be history. They will remember all the leaders and what they delivered. The world is not going backwards. We are going forward. Let's base in the future every day. Today is another day, but tomorrow is the future. Today is going to be yesterday, that will be tomorrow. And today will be gone. Let's see what is happening today in Jamaica. All this time Jamaica was built. Did you notice that you've got oil? Why is it that that oil was just discovered just recently? This is how it works. This is God's word. I know Jamaica is a God-fearing country, but we have to have that faith in our leaders. We have to give them time, especially when you see that they are delivering. Bad mind is not going to help us. For example, this social housing program, as of 1st July, the Prime Minister is going to increase loan limit. Why are they increasing? Do you believe that it's just campaign? 1st July is just in few days to come. This is going to happen because I've seen him promising something, but it's happening. When we say it's happening, we are not saying that it has happened. Everyone has got money. The government is giving money to everyone. The government has built houses to everyone. The government, everyone is even rich in Jamaica. It doesn't work like that. What made me so excited was he's going to reduce service charge from 2% to 0%. It means nothing. It's zero, no interest. I'm not good with all these figures, percentage. So you can be listening if you know how it works. You can be listening to the scripts. That's why I always back everything with these scripts. Sometimes take your time to listen to these scripts. This policy is going to help a lot of people. No interest for someone who is not working. That vulnerable person who is less privileged. This is a big change. This is a big opportunity. How many governments out there, they've done that? They've fulfilled this? No. Even here in development countries, nothing has happened like that. But this is Jamaica. Are you telling me that Jamaica is poor? I don't think Jamaica is poor. But Jamaica has got a long way to show the world. And it's happening because Jamaica is benefiting a lot in tourism. That money is also helping in other sectors. Up to now, the records are showing that a lot of people are visiting Jamaica. Tourists, you name it. That is money generated. Tourism generates a lot of money in the country, especially if your policies are good. Someone might say to me, oh, you are talking about tourists, but in Jamaica, oh, crime is very high. Let me tell you something. If someone wants to reduce crime, we have to give benefit to that person. Like Andrew Holness. He is trying really hard. crime has reduced with 40%. I think I said I'm not good with the figures, but go and check the facts. All these new houses given to people, do you think criminals would be happy? That's why he's trying really hard to work in all sectors so that they can work hand in hand to reduce crime, to reduce poverty, to reduce water shortages, you name it. It's not me, but it's what is happening. Let's listen to some of also the clips of people who have benefited. Viva Raviva JLP.
And I'm here today as a proud constituent of Whitehall. Jennifer Williams is my friend from long time, otherwise called Sweetie. And today I am so happy. Please look at this house where my friend Sweetie was living. Don't you think she deserves something like this? Today she's most deserving. Look at it, Jamaica. How can we reject such a program?
I don't know about anybody, but I know that this government is real because I was in a condition where I couldn't explain. And now I can sleep comfortable and relax at this moment. So I am thankful for the Prime Minister for handing over this home.
The housing policies of building homes is on with JLP government. So what are you doing? Can't you see that is happening? Can't you see that an African woman like me, I'm recognizing your Prime Minister and his government that they are delivering? So why not even you supporting me? By subscribing, liking this video, and comment. Let's share the comments. I respect each and every comment because everyone is free. This is a free world. I know Jamaica is a free country. Share your views. But tell me that, no, they are lying. The houses they are showing, they don't exist. Then I'll support you. But if you don't show me evidence, then I'll continue to bring evidence. I'm not in Jamaica. I'm here in UK. But I'm bringing evidence because I can see. So, let me see evidence that, you know what? That Shirley Bennett did not get that property. And this 1st of July increase in loan limit is not going to happen. You don't know what is happening. I don't need to be in Jamaica to know what is happening. I know what is happening. I know that there are people like you and others who are still struggling. I know that in a country where growth is developing, price of commodities will be very high. I know. But remember, Jamaica produces a lot of produce. And you can see how the government is even funding in agriculture sectors and any other sector. And farmers are benefiting. That would take some time. Sometimes we need to give time for us to see, to reap the fruits. Why can't we leave Andrew Holness to continue so that one day we can reap the fruits. One day, Jamaica will enjoy the benefit as is happening already. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but if you want to make that mistake, you want to start all over again from one. Now you are on 50%, but you want to go back to 10%. Your decision is going to take you back to 10%. But if you think wisely, by next year, we'll sit here and Tian will sit here and tell you that, do you know what? You see, now it's even over 100%. What about that oil? Are you not going to leave Andrew Holness to work into that? Look at most of African countries like Nigeria. Nigeria is rich in oil. But what is happening there? What is happening there? If the policies of the government are not good, it does affect each and everyone. Look at Guyana. I did a content about Guyana. The oil was just discovered only a few years ago. Where are they now? I'm not saying there's no corruption. People got me wrong. Corruption will be always there. Wherever there's money, corruption, it will be always there. But we have to work into that. We have to make sure, fight, support our government so that they can also think about the people, not only themselves. Even if you choose PNP, corruption will still be there. It's the people. Sometimes we might have some leaders who are very corrupt. It started even from before they entered the government. They've got a corrupt disease. They've got a problem, a sickness. But it doesn't stop us to try to support our leaders like Andrew Holness who are delivering. Building a house for one less privileged person and give that person a home is really appreciated more than building 10 houses to someone who is already rich. Because in this world, they always say the richer are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. But as you can see, this housing, social housing program by labor, they want the poor to get richer. And they know that the rich, they are already rich. That's why he's targeting people who couldn't afford. Like you've seen these testimonies. Our kids need roofs. Our mothers need roofs. Our fathers need roofs. Our grandmom, dads need roofs. Our uncles need roofs. This is what Andrew Holness is doing. Let's listen to the last clip before we finish.
Solve the problem if there is a shortage. So you could have promised to give everybody a $500,000 deposit on a house. If there is no house for them to buy, all you would have succeeded to do is to drive up the price of the house. What you have not heard is what is the policy to build more houses. The only place that you hear that policy is right here. The build more housing don't sound so sexy, but no matter what you promise to give in terms of reduction in mortgage, grants, free house, if the house is not there, you can't give it. If you are a young person, a grant of $500,000 towards a deposit on your home. That sounds good. But
I don't need to
about-
explain.
what about
Thank you
the
very
person
much
who
for
has
watching
been working for many years,
this
40
video.
years old,
And
don't
thank
own a
you
house.
very much
What should
for
we do for them?
liking.
What should we do about the person
It's
who is
not me,
close to retirement?
it's
Should
you,
we do something
my
for them?
sisters
All
and
right,
brethren
so let me
from
ask you a
Jamaica,
question. Would we be able to give
who
all the
has
young
got
persons in
the
society,
key
even if they are able to
to
afford it?
success.
So you're going to have to put in place some kind of system to
The
determine who
key
can get it. Is that what you're going to do? What I'm saying
to
is that
choose
there
the
are
right
policies that
Prime
sound good,
Minister.
but in their
It's not
implementation,
about
what
bad
they do
mind.
is to
It's about
exacerbate,
using
make worse inequalities that
not
exist in the society.
satisfying
So you might
anyone
feel, "Why,
out
this
there,
is in my favor."
but it's about you.
But what about
Because
the
the
others?
mistakes
So
you're
what
going
we
to
as
do
a government
today
try to do,
is
if
going to
you
haunt
can't
you
do it
forever.
for all, then you
And
have
there's
to do
no
it
coming
for those
back.
people who everyone in the society agrees.
It's not
with.
about Andrew Holness.
Otherwise, you would have reduced
It's
the
about
welfare
you
of
and
everyone.
your
So when we
future
make policy,
generation.
if we're going to make
Think
any change in
twice.
policy, the policy must make at
Build
least
Jamaica
one person better
with
without making
Jamaican
anyone
Labour
else worse
Party
off. That
and
is the
Andrew
hallmark
Holness.
of good policy. So when a politician comes to you with a policy
This
that
is
sounds
me
good, you have to
advising
ask
you,
yourself, who
because
will
I
be
can
better
see
off, but
from
will it
far.
make any other group
Sometimes it's good to see from
So I want
far
you to think about
rather
the
than
housing proposals
just there.
that are being put to you.
Because
The demand side of
in
it.
this world, every
No matter what you
government
do,
is recommended because of what they are delivering, not what we are seeing. So what I can say to you, choose wisely. This vote is in your hands, not Auntie Yami hands. Auntie Yami is just using the mouth and the mind just to encourage you and to remind you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to all my subscribers, returning and new subscribers. You are so welcome to this channel, and we will continue now and even after the election. We are going to continue to deliver. We are going to continue to see what is happening after the election. Will Andrew Holness continue where he left? I'm here to continue. God bless you abundantly. Please donate your like and your comments and subscribe. Thank you very much, my Jamaican brethren and sisters. Blessings every time. One love. One love. Huh? Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.